This is RIFE technology, understanding the real truth. Here is an example of a helium plasma tube known as a Fantron tube that was discovered and developed in 1920s and 1930s by Raymond Royal Rife. And this is my attempt to replicate this method.
Okay, this is the Fantron tube, and what I have here in the back, you can see the coil. That's my matching network coil. Coax comes in from the bottom, and this is a tube that I got from Canada, basically the coil in the back you can see is put together, design of Ralph Hartwell, who actually has a tube like this. This tube is about, that's how big this tube is. That's probably about 8 inches across right there. And you hear in the background, that's my oscilloscope right here. It's my oscilloscope, and I'm showing the waveform here that I have. And this is just a test to see I'm driving the audio, two audio frequencies. I'm having one start at 1 hertz all the way up to 100,000 hertz start, and then basically sweep. And these are my function generators. There's one right here, and there's another one right here, okay? And then it goes into this box up here, and then from there it's driven to this box here. This is my it's my transmitter, my exciter, okay? And it's set at right now, it's set at 1.8 kilohertz, and sorry, I have to get it focused in here. And that's a broadcast quality transmitter. That's about 500 megahertz all the way up to 1.8 megahertz. And this here is my Ameritron 1300 solid state 1.5 kilowatt linear amplifier. You can see this here. It goes all the way up to about I guess 2 kilowatts. Unfortunately, I'm limited by my UPSs. I have 3 UPSs here that I put together, and this one supplies my power. I don't have enough. Those are my speakers down there, and I have a matching modulation battery that supplies that, and a Palstar antenna net tuner. Okay, I'm going to turn this thing on. Okay, there's the tube right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the transmitter here and turn it to operate here. Okay, that's on transmit. Let me get it in close enough so you can actually see that. And I'm going to turn on my power. So I'm going to watch this SWR here. Okay, so here we go. So I can light off the tube. There we go. I'm going to go up to the tube. My tube is being lit. Okay, there it is right there. Zoom in a little bit more. You can see that. There it is right there. I'm going to add some more power to it. I'm up at about 200 watts, 250 watts right now on that tube. You can see that right there. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. A tube is full of helium, by the way. So, and my SWR is here. See it right there, and my SWR here on the Ameritron transmitter, or it's almost nothing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some audio to it, and unfortunately my audio is going to, when I do that, my reflective power is going to go up. Okay, so here we go. That's my modulation meter. I'm going to crank it up a little bit. What's going to happen is my reflective power is going to go up, unfortunately. Since I add modulation to it, decrease my power a little bit. Okay. You can see that the modulation is really reflecting my tuner. So I'm going to do up here so I can tune this down a little bit up here. Okay, here we go. No. Can't really do it. No, really. So I'm getting my power's climbing. I'm going to reduce it a little bit here. But you can hear that. The audio is really affecting the tube. You can see that right there. There's the plasma right there. Right now it's about 150 watts. I'm going to increase the power a little bit. About 500 watts right now. My reflected power is about 25 watts right there. Okay, I'm going to go down here. So I'm going to reduce my power a little bit. Okay. And my audio modulation is about, I'd say probably about 30%. Now the modulation is this right here. Okay. That's what it looks like. Okay. That's what I'm sweeping across the tube right there. Okay. Your amplitude. Now my speakers are right here. You can't hear them right there. And the tube is pumping out about 300 watts right now. So in my SWRs here, right there, you can see that. And again, I'm just going to lower this down a little bit. No, I can't seem to lower it down. Fortunately, to lower the frequency, if I turn down the audio, you'll see what happens. Okay? I turn down the audio and I can crank up the power. You can see that right there. It's really weird. Not really, but you know that is. So I'm going to adjust my SWR now here, all the way to down, max. Pick it one more time. There it is right there. Add a little more power here now. There you go. So add more power, my light gets really intense. And my SWR is pretty much down. You can see this here. Very good, almost at 500 watts. So I'm going to reduce it because I'm limited to my power right now. And again, my exciter's right here. Modulation's off right now. So if I increase my modulation, what's going to happen is basically my power is going to go up. There's my reflector. There it is right there. 20% modulation. And that's what the tube looks like right there. Okay, so do a close-up shot here of the tube. Alright, thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to turn down the audio here on this. Crank up the power a little bit. And right now is at 500 watts, right there. Thank you again for watching.
For the past 60 years, no one knew how the RIFE ray number 5 or the beam ray clinical instrument audio frequencies worked with high RF carrier frequency. Due to lack of this knowledge, many people have been wrongly using the audio frequencies for treatment of This means that all the frequency generators that people call RIFE machines, which are sold on the market, can output Dr. RIFE's original high RF frequencies. Dr. RIFE machine output about 40 to 300 watts of power. High power instruments used ray tube, the Fanatron. Here's my attempt to build the Fanatron RIFE transmitter. It uses a antenna and matching network by Ralph Hartwell from Louisiana, and a Fanatron tube made in Canada. It's about 24 inches. It's about 8 inches in diameter. It's backfilled with helium gas, and basically at atmospheric pressure. It's ionized about 40 watts to about 300 watts of power. I'm using about 500 watts of power. Thank you. Thanks. This is really lost science, and it's too bad for all of us. Please make copies and duplicate this for everybody. Magnet vortex.